is COVID affecting your gigs and your performing?
Honestly, not too bad. Memphis has stayed, for the most part, a fairly open city. We've had our moment where we were shut down for a while, but as soon as the gigs opened back up, I jumped back in them as much as I could, because there is a certain amount of responsibility that you try to take, and you try to not put anybody in harm's way or yourself. But at the same time, unless your bills stop coming in, you do have to make money. And they closed the barbershops down here in Arkansas for 6 weeks. And then they closed the gigs down. I'm not sure how long they didn't have live music, but I think the live music started before the barbershop did. And so I literally needed every $3, $6, whatever tips you made at a gig, I needed it because I didn't have my day job.
Yeah.
And like I said, I try to be responsible and I try to be respectful. And I never really stopped unless they, made us. But whenever they opened them back up, I got back out. Some artists didn't. They were a little leery of getting back out, and they judged those of us that did get back out. But I don't really think anybody knows what to do right now. So I try not to judge anybody for what they choose to do, unless they're trying to hurt people or not trying to be respectful.
Yeah.
But I have heard that Chicago closed back down. And a lot of times, whatever that happens in the north will kind of trickle down to the south. So I'm afraid that it might trickle down this way. But as far as I'm concerned, like I said, the first time, the bills never stopped coming. So I'm afraid that that's what's going to happen again if they close this down. So I kind of feel like I need to get all the gigs and make all the money I can. That way, when that happens, because I don't really have any savings, or I've been doing music and art my whole life, and really hoping that one day that will pay out in the long run. So I literally live check to check, dollar to dollar. And if they were to close everything back down, I feel like I need to kind of bulk up and save. So when that happens.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, that's kind of how it's been here as well. Like, we're in lockdown again.
Oh, are y'all?
I can't go to work either right now. So I have like a part-time job, but we have furlough, so it's not too bad.
Okay.
So thank God for that. But
so like, as you said, like for musicians, like it's your livelihood. And like, I was just starting to get back into gigs, and I had a new band, and I had just signed like a record deal. So like everything was starting to pick up, and then we went into lockdown again, and I'm thinking, I literally, like, no one can afford to like go through this again.
Yeah.
It's just, but there's no like correct answer really. Like there's not a win-win situation. Like, if you're doing as you're saying, like some people get funny about it, but then you also think, well, I can't not do that. Like I don't really have a choice. So that's interesting, because I've been seeing like all your gigs online, and like Memphis, it seems to be picking up, and like I'm just here like with no gigs happening. I'm like, oh. So well, hopefully it won't lock down for your sake, because
well, I'm sorry that y'all are. I didn't know you were. I mean, I guess now that you say that, I haven't seen you talking about any gigs, but
I'm just
we're in lockdown until like Wednesday. So we'll come out of it again soon. But
oh, okay.
Yeah, but we've been in lockdown since I think beginning of November.
Yeah, beginning of November. We've been in lockdown. We're just hoping next year should be okay.
Well, you say that.
You say that, but you never know with COVID.
Well, I postponed my wedding until next year, so I'm hoping next year we're good.
Yeah, I was like wondering about that. So like, when was it supposed to be this year?
It was May 30th.
That's my birthday.
That's your birthday.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, that would have been so cool.
So funny.
Oh, well, it's May 22nd this next year.
Oh, okay.
That's my
birthday.
Oh.
But I handmade all the invitations, and they already say May on them, and I'm just gonna put a 1 where the 0 was with a big Sharpie. And yeah, so I like you said, we don't really know how it's gonna play out, but gosh, it's gonna have to be gone next year, or a vaccine or something, because I don't think we can all take it again.
No,
And I think as far as like, I don't know, I've talked to some bigger artists that do these virtual streams and stuff. And even with them, the tips aren't necessarily translating, because you watch videos on your phone all the time. You can go to YouTube right now and watch a million videos. You don't have to pay for that.
Mm.
And it's not, I don't necessarily think the audience means to not give you a tip or send you something. It's just so easy to forget. And then another thing that I see is whenever you're at home, your life happens and you can log out or forget or not pay attention or whatever. Even if it's one of your good friends and you're trying to watch their live stream, your life is here. My cat could knock something over and I could have to go clean it. And whenever you're at a show, it's like an experience. And so it's a little different. You're more apt to go put that $5 in the bucket. When you're sitting on your couch and then your kids start crying, you're going to set the phone down, quit watching the live stream, never did tip. And I don't know. It's just, I don't think people at home mean for that to happen. It just does. And I don't know. It's not going to work in the long run if none of us are ever making money.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, with live streams, it's just difficult to because as you said before, you feel so bad asking people for money, but also you can't really help it.
Yeah.
But if you
at a show, people know to tip, but on live stream, like, I don't think they really know sometimes.
No, I get that. But going back to what you said earlier, I forgot to say this. I was gonna say it. You said you're gonna make jewelry. Are you gonna ship out? Are you gonna post it? I'll totally buy some jewelry.
If you want me to.
Yeah, I love jewelry. I've got like 1 million rings on it. Yeah. So we only have one more question, and that is, I see you have a new dog. What's her name?
Jolene.
Why is she called Jolene?
Okay, so you've seen her. She's got so the song, if you know the song, Flaming Locks of Auburn Hair. Yeah. And she has flaming locks of auburn hair. So, and the next line is ivory skin and eyes of emerald green, where my fiance has ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. And then in the song, they're always talking about how Jolene will take your man. And usually guys always kind of like buddy up to a dog in general. And I was afraid that whenever we got her, like, oh man, he's gonna love this dog more than I ever could. Truthfully, I've always kind of been scared of dogs. But lo and behold, she's kind of my dog now. But the whole premise and thought behind that was that song and those lines, and oh man, she's gonna steal my man away. And then I would always like joke with myself in my head that like I'm gonna come up with a really cool like banter on stage to where I can be joking with the crowd and being like, oh man, my husband was out with Jolene all night last night. She was in his shop and they were this and that and that and that. And then at the end, I'd be like, oh, by the way, Jolene is my dog.
Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Because like my dad, he like said to me one day, he said, Emma's got a dog. And I was like, oh, that's cute. He said, what's her name is? And they said Jolene. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. And he loved it. He was so amused.
Yeah, we found her down the road coming home from church one day, and we live out in the country, and so a lot of people let out strays, and she was just a stray that she was just gorgeous as soon as we saw her, and she was sweet, and I don't know, I love her to death. And I always sing, yes I do, always sing Jolene to her.
Does she get along with the cat?
Yeah, actually the cats don't really bother her. I got 2 cats.
Oh, cute.
I got 2 cats, 3 turtles, like 10 fish, the dog, and a husband.
Oh, that's so
that's another animal.
Yeah. That's so cute. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
And it's been really interesting, and I'm sure everyone's gonna watch this is gonna all our friends, they're gonna get to know you, and
oh gosh,
they're gonna know how great you are, and they'll send us so much money. It'll be flooding in. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. It was nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you.
See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thanks,